Testing the audio. Very nice. And away we go. Okay, let's just make sure everything is good to go, and then we'll get this thing going. So we'll give everyone a minute to hop into the stream. And I'll turn this thing on so I can see the chat easier. Ooh. Hope everyone's having a great day. Ooh, I see a whole bunch of people are on the stream already. Woo! Okay. Hello, hello. Okay, this is a very exciting laptop because this is one of the best bang for the bucks thin and lights out there for sure. I think it's going to be an insanely popular laptop this year. Let's go ahead and kick off my Zephyrus G15 unboxing. Here we go. Let's just go ahead and get right into it because I do have to end the stream at 6 o'clock tonight. So no time for the weary. My goal is to get Time Spy done before then, which means we got to go through a bunch of driver updates and everything. If all goes well, we'll get it ran, and if not, we'll just have to do Time Spy when I do my live benchmarking of this thing. So what is up, everyone? I see a whole bunch of people are hopping into chat already. This is awesome. Cool, cool, cool. I like the box design. Look at that box design. It's got even, it's like a iridescent pattern on the box already. That is sweet. Very nice. Okay, so it is verifying. Right here it shows we have a 5900HS, a 1TB PCIe SSD, 8+8 DDR4, 16 gigs total, dual channel, Wi-Fi 6, and then we got Windows 10. Of course, we have a QHD display, and then it doesn't even say it has an RTX 3070, which is interesting, but whatever. Is this the Best Buy version? Yes, this is the one I bought from Best Buy. That's where I sourced it. So if you go to my spreadsheet and you see the link to the Best Buy one in there, then you know this is the exact same model right here. Whoa. Okay, so when you pull back this thing, the laptop I think was supposed to pop up, but it didn't really work. I don't know. That's okay. I think that's what the idea was. Oh, interesting. That's a big rubber edge right there underneath the plastic. This thing is so thin. Super freaking thin, that's for sure. Much thinner than the Scar 15, which I have right next to me. Let's go ahead and see what else is in the box. Okay, so inside of the box we have some papers. We got our leave a review, get a reward. Hey, hey, hey. Don't want to make people give positive reviews for no reason. I don't know. I'm kind of against that whole idea anyway, right? I don't like it when manufacturers give rewards, personally, but they're trying to get people to give feedback on their products, which I understand, but also it's like, yeah. Anyway, okay, so a little quick start guide. Looks like I'll press the power button here. Yeah, not much there. Here's the warranty card right here. Cool. I was bummed to know that it has 8 gigs of soldered memory. Yeah, this is an 8 gigs are upgradable, 8 gigs are soldered. So you have limited dual channel space. Okay, so there's the power brick. And it is a bit smaller than the power brick for the Scar. I can tell already. See that? It's a bit smaller than the Scar 15 power brick. Looks like about ½ inch shorter, a little bit thinner, definitely a little bit lighter weight. What's the full specs on this one? This is the Asus Zephyrus G15 with an RTX 3070 Ryzen 9 5900HS. RTX, did I say RTX 3070? It's a 3070 Max Q with, I think, a TDP range of 80 to 100 if the spec page is accurate on Asus's website. But we'll have to see what it can actually average for its TDP because that could vary a lot depending on your workload. I'm going to have to cut this because it's not coming up at all here. Just don't want to cut the wire, obviously. Very nice. Okay, so this part of the wire is pretty dang short, which is a little disappointing because you kind of want a good reach on a portable brick like this, because you got to plug this in lots of different weird places, right? Like at cafes and libraries and business meetings and stuff. Then again, the battery life on this is so good, maybe you don't need to plug it in very often, I guess. There's that too. But I tend to want a power cable that's another 2 feet longer than this, just to make it a lot easier to use. This is a nice material for this cable. Seems very malleable. Very nice. Okay, so anything else in the box? I think that may be it. Yeah, that looks like it's it. Warranty cards, and then we got the power brick, and then the laptop. All right, let's go ahead and just scoot this over to the side for a moment and open up the laptop. Now, I am disappointed this is not the white version. I thought I was getting the white version, but I guess not. Any clue when the Strixcar 17 QHD shipping? I don't know, man. I'm gonna try to keep the unboxing videos to questions about this particular chassis, though, Chad. So if you have questions about this model, please feel free to ask them. Does this have a 17-inch option? Not that I know of. I believe it's a 14-inch and a 15-inch option only. If you want to go to the Zephyrus lineup for the 17-inch, I don't think they have it this year or anything. I don't know if they've offered that before. I don't think so. Nice. I'm torn between this one and the new Mac 15 G3. Yeah, that one definitely seems really nice. I did watch Jared's review on that, and compared to this one, that one is going to be a bit thicker for sure. Higher power limits, has a mux switch, but I think the display on this one will be a little bit better. I don't know. And then this one's obviously designed more for portability and a much more premium build, I think, than that Mac 15 G3. But I haven't been able to try the Mac 15 G3, but I really want to. So, ooh, that's nice. So we got the cable right here. This is not a microfiber. This is just kind of like a papery material. Waiting for you to connect to an external monitor and show us a refresh rate. Well, I mean, you can check the refresh rate just on the internal monitor. I'm not sure what you mean. Let's go ahead and get this plugged in. Man, this is nice. Really like the chassis body and the design. It's interesting because this whole ergo lift hinge along the bottom here. So as you can see, when I put it down flat, you still have this big rubber edge right here, kind of lifting the edge of the laptop up. And then when you put this down, it lifts the chassis up a little bit to add more airflow underneath, which is pretty interesting. Cool. It's plug-in time. Whatcha. Okay, and there it goes. Looks like we have some status lights here. And okay, you can see the RGB. It's a single zone, I believe, RGB keyboard. So you can change this to be whatever color you want, but it's not per key. And that's part of the way they're able to save money and still sell this at this price point. So is the 3060 version price out yet? I'm not sure. Not sure. Keyboard is white only. No, this is not white only. I can see the colors. It's changing colors right now, as you can see. But let's go ahead and just kind of give it this chassis a feel, you know, going around. So right here,
hi there.
Solid.
I'm Cortana.
Whoa.
And I'm here to help.
Those are some pretty loud speakers.
A little sign in here.
But we need to mute Cortana.
There.
Okay. So let's go ahead and do a little feel around. Very solid so far. Trackpad is very nice and large. Feels good. Clicks even at the top, but it's not, I wouldn't say the clickiness at the top is easy. It's definitely really hard at the little, you know, the top row. But even right here, it's easy. So if you just go 70% of the way up, it's still really good. Gets really easy near the bottom. But it feels good. The click is good, and it's very smooth. A large trackpad. No flex almost at all on this chassis around the edges. Let's go ahead and go down the middle. Ooh, yeah, got a little bit of flex there, but that's actually not that bad. Still above average, I would say. Okay, very nice. Very nice. I really like the chassis overall. First impressions of this machine are 2 giant thumbs up. Where can I download a G15? Jared, don't you know it's illegal to download a G15? Oh my god. What's up? And welcome to the stream, Jared. Is the quality of the trackpad the same compared to the G17? It's very similar trackpad. It may be the exact same one, actually. I don't know. It looks like about the same size. Okay, so let me switch to my up-close cam right here so you guys can see me set this sucker up. And also I can kind of give you a close-up of the laptop while we're at it. There we go, and very nice. And let me go ahead and switch the camera up. Very nice, okay. The price on this was $17.99. It's in the thumbnail. Okay, so we're on ultra wide right now with the camera. Let me just go ahead and give you guys a close up of the keyboard. Kind of press around a little bit so you can see the flex even better. Okay, very nice. All right, so as you can see, when I press on the edges here, it's like literally so solid it barely moves at all, which is great. So right there's some flex right here, and part of that is, I think, depending on where you're supported, like with this back ridge line right here, if you're on the actual ridge line or if you're on the ergo lift chassis there, I can tell it's a difference in rigidity. So very nice. Okay, let me go ahead and put the password in for Wi-Fi. I think we're connecting. So we are connected, very nice. All right, so let's go ahead and take off this. So this is a 165 hertz, 100% DCI-P3 color gamut QHD display, and it's Pantone verified. So it should be more color accurate out of the box, at least. I'm guessing if you're doing, if you're going to do professional color work, you're probably going to want to recalibrate it to make sure it's matching your other displays that you do your work with, like at your office and stuff like that. All right, let's get a close up of these keys here, right? And see how bright this backlight is when we turn the lights off. Very nice. It's cool that they have it kind of shifting in color out of the box. Okay, yeah, this build looks on par with the G14. It is very similar to the G14 without a doubt. All right, we're gonna go ahead and get logged in again. Keyboard feels great to type on. How's the fan noise? We don't know yet. Oh, there is a fingerprint sensor. Look at this. So we've got Windows Hello with a fingerprint sensor, it looks like. I forgot that this had that. The Scar does not, I don't think, have that feature. Tilt this up so you guys can see the display easier. Okay, let's go ahead and set up this fingerprint sensor. I believe it's on the power button right here. Yep. So in theory, I believe the idea is you don't need to type the password in if you powered the laptop on with your fingerprint sensor finger. So that would be cool to test. I'll definitely test that for the review, see how well that works. All right, we're gonna go ahead and create our pin. Disable all of this. No, 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 no. Nice. Any plan or time frame with the Asus equivalent review to the Neo 15, or just when they send you one? We'll see, Mediocre. I don't know. I'm trying to get in contact with their people, the peoples there. So what's important is the watts that is coming from the GPU. Yeah, that's important, and also having a mux switch depending on which game you're playing. The screen looks chalky. Why, Gizmo? Why? It's because it's a matte display. And it's also, we're capturing video with the iPhone, so it's not going to be the clearest, you know, visual experience. It does not look chalky, really, to me, in person. That also can be related to the, that can also be related to whether or not it has a high contrast ratio. Did they block the sense? What? Backlight bleed is really hard to tell in a bright environment. Like right now it's dark all the way around the screen, and I didn't really see any. Not really noticeable at all. But I imagine there is some backlight bleed at least. Pretty much all laptops have at least a little bit of backlight bleed. Let me go ahead and zoom out of the camera a little bit so we can get the full, my full body in the shot. There we go. Let me get the mouse hooked up. What model is my Alienware laptop? It's a Alienware Area 51M with an RTX 2080 and an i9 9900K. Did they block the air vents? Because on the previous version they did. Well, this one has an ergo lift along the bottom, so as long as you have the screen at the right angle, it lifts up the chassis basically. And I can kind of try to show you guys that while this is going on. So right here, see how that went down, and then when we back it up, whoop, right there, see, lifts it up, boop, boop. So the idea is when it's lifted up like that, you get a little bit better airflow. And we're going to want to change our background. Looks like I think this is the default. Is that really the default, Asus? That's a pretty not amazing background. I would expect more from a brand new laptop in 2020, but I guess it's like a professional-ish background, so there's that. All right, we got to get our benchmarks going, or our benchmark files installing. Oh, let's go over the ports real quick too, because this is pretty extensive on the ports. So, boom, headphone, mic, headset port. Looks like two USB-Cs, both with DisplayPort. USB-A. Wonder if one of these have power delivery or not. I have to double check. We've got the Ethernet port and an HDMI. I believe this is a 2.0. Then we got our power port and an exhaust on the left side. Along the top here, you can see we've got the exhaust on the left, exhaust on the right here. Can you run with the PC with the screen off? Oh, dude, thanks so much for the super chats, guys. Machine Allen and R Travels. So I don't know. I'm sure you can run it with the screen off. I'm sure that's not a problem, but I'm just not sure if you'd probably still want to give some, ventilation under the bottom. I guess that's probably why they have this tall rubber to give you more ventilation lift, even when you don't have the ergo lift going. And you can see along the bottom here, we've got, let me tilt this up. You can see along the bottom here, we've got a vent here, and vent here. Those are pretty minimal. And then at the top, you can see, I believe these are going to be for the speakers, but these could also allow for some air intake here and here. But I'm guessing those are for the speakers mainly. But anyway, we'll have to see. Very nice. Okay. Well, I gotta say, it's nice having all those ports on the left side. Okay, USB-C charging works with both ports, Craig. That's nice. That's really nice, actually. Let's go ahead and get the benchmarks being downloaded. Let's see here. So we've got one USB-A on the left, one USB-A on the right, and I need two USB-As, so we got to plug in one of them on the right side here. Not a lot of air intakes. Yeah, I agree, Daniel. But this machine is also not a super high performance machine either, right? Because this is like a lower TDP machine. But I kind of wish they had installed more air intakes, like you said. Future staff, relax and find out. LOL. Future staff, okay. They should have put a webcam on. I know, I agree. We got the mic ports right up here, so we do have mics, but the webcam is nowhere to be found. And once we get this copying, I will go ahead and do. Okay. Very nice. Downloading. Can you test Cyberpunk? Black Panther, I will test Cyberpunk in my live benchmarks coming up. So if you guys don't want to miss out on my live benchmarks of this laptop, be sure to hit that subscribe button, and it helps a lot if you hit the notification bell so you get notified when I do the live streams. Otherwise, you'll just miss out. Now, I've got the Strix Scar 15 right here. I'll be doing a live benchmarking of this very soon as well. And I can kind of put these side by side with the Zephyrus here once this gets done downloading. And you get an idea of the size difference. But the Scar 15 is not that much. I mean, it is bigger. Without a doubt, it's definitely thicker, much thicker. But it's not that much bigger of a footprint, at least. You can see it's like exactly the same width as the Zephyrus, at least. I mean, they both have the same size chassis display with a similar bezel around the top. Again, wish they both had webcams. Oh well. MSI GL65 Leopard versus Acer Predator 300, which is better? That entirely depends on the specs and the price. But I'm trying to keep the questions related to this Zephyrus 15 for this unboxing. So, what's the wattage on the power adapter? Can you change it? Can you charge it on the plane? I think was what you're trying to say. Let's take a look. This power adapter is much smaller. It's like a 200 watt power adapter. Looks like. So I don't think you'd be able to charge that on a plane. I don't know. But 200 watt power adapter, that just reflects the fact that we have lower TDPs in this machine. So let's go ahead and get HW info installed. And then we need to get Steam installing. And then we need to get the driver updating for Windows. Art Travels, thanks for the another super chat, man. Appreciate it. Does the touchpad serve as a number pad too? And no, I don't think it does on this chassis. So no number pad, no alternative number pad functionality either, as far as I'm aware. Let me go ahead and pull up WordPad, and well, that's Word. We pull up WordPad because I don't have to pay for that. Which yeah. And let me just show you guys some type in action on this machine. So this is a typing test. How is the keyboard? I likey a lot. Yeah, this keyboard feels solid. Nice chunk to the keys. This is a nice keyboard. Very responsive feeling. That said, I can already tell. Oh, there we go. Okay, I just turned up the backlight on the keyboard. It got much brighter. It was only on like 1/3 of the way up, I think. So that made the keys much brighter. So I was going to say it's not nearly as bright as on the Strix, though I still think the Strix lineup is, at least the Scar lineup backlight is a little bit brighter than this one. So I kind of wish there was dedicated home end and page up keys right here along the right side. But other than that, I like this keyboard. Also, I do prefer full-size arrow keys as well, but these will do because they're separated off, so it's easy to tell where they are located just by feel. The mousepad is so nice. So is the wrist rest. Yeah, I do agree. One channel is slotted in. Thought of a RAM upgrade. Thanks for the $3. Yeah, if you want to do a RAM upgrade, you're going to be able to take it all the way up to 40 gigs at the most, with a 32 gig plus the 8 gig soldered, but I believe only 16 of that would count as dual channel, so it kind of depends on what you're doing, whether it'd be really worth doing that upgrade. Anyway, I don't fully understand how that works either, so I need to do like testing and how that would actually improve performance or impair performance. So it looks like we need to log in here. Let's go and flip the camera around again. Okay, gotta verify the login. Hey, looks like someone hit me back from Dell. That's nice. Maybe I can get some Alienwares in for review. Okay, we are logged in. Unskip this. Turn off the overlay. Let's go ahead and start downloading the drivers. What else do we need? We need to run Steam. Since this is a QHD display, we'll want to turn down scaling. Why would they solder RAM on a laptop at this price point? Jonathan, the reason is because it allows them to make the laptop thinner. When you don't have to have exchangeable slots, they basically can make the chassis more compact, which is awesome, and which is awesome in some ways. So that's 100% scaling. You can see how much screen real estate that gives you. It's just a crazy amount of screen real estate, but it makes things really small, so you have to have good eyesight to be able to use that. I'm currently rocking 125% scaling on the Strix Scar 15. Actually, I don't really need to log into that. Okay, but I'll make it 150 for the sake of this unboxing so you guys can more easily see stuff. All right, we're going to go ahead and log in here. The Scar would beat on performance. Yeah, the Scar is the way to go if you want performance, but it's a lot thicker, right? Not as portable, not as thin, not as light. So you gotta decide on the trade-off factor. R Travels, thanks again for the super chat again. Hey, I couldn't see if they blocked the air vents because of the previous version. They blocked it with the firm and caused overheating issues. I showed the bottom of it, R Travels, if you just go back a little bit in the stream. Does this model have a second M.2 slot? I'm not sure, Fantasy Life, yet. It may or may not. Now, just to give you guys a little preview, I went ahead and bought two 8-terabyte PCIEs to be able to bump my laptop up to 16 terabytes of space in RAID 0. I'm not sure which laptop I'm going to put it in yet. I'm debating between the Scar 15. Like, if I'm going to keep the Scar 15, then I'll put it in that. But I need lots of space. No, I didn't, Reddish. That's just the confirmation code. No, that wasn't the password. Okay, so we can install, get Time Spy set up. $16 TB laptop flex. I know, right? Not very many people really need that much, but since I just constantly am making videos, I just fill up my storage so fast. Good explanation about why they do that to the RAM. Would love to see a video with different RAM configurations. That's interesting. I don't know how many people would want to watch that crazy bull, but thanks so much for the $5. Appreciate it. I think the Best Buy model, you only get 8 gigs slotted and second upgradable, going up to 24 total. You could go up to 40 total, I believe, Gilmore fan. Brandon, when's the full review for the SCAR plus benchmark? So I got to do the benchmarking first. That'll probably be tomorrow, and then I've got to do the benchmarking will probably be tomorrow, and then I've got to do all the B-roll filming still and graphing and all the extra testing I do that's not live streamed as well, like the stress testing and battery testing and screen testing. So lots of different things I got to do. It's going to be several days before the SCAR video is done, probably. Okay, let me go to Windows updates, because we're probably going to have at least some core updates for sure. We can do our custom installation. Oh yeah. Let's get rid of our warnings. All right. Your sheet is super helpful, Ritlish Gupta. Thanks, man. Thank you for making it free. Yeah, man. Well, I mean, it's just you guys support me in return, but you know, when you use the sheet too. So I appreciate you guys. It is a lot of work to keep up with. That's the downside. It's at least, you know, 1 to 2 hours a day if I want to keep it up to date at like a very basic level. And then if I want to keep adding to it, it's like, I don't know. And the last month, I've probably averaged 3 to 4 hours of work on the sheet every day almost. This is only 80 watts. Weakest link to the 3080, honestly. This is a 3070, so 80 watts may perform differently. That said, it should be able to boost up to 100 in theory, as long as the CPU has a very low load, so it'll just depend. We'll actually be able to get an idea of what kind of TDPs we can see here if I can run Time Spy once I get this driver update installed. I just want to do super basic driver updates. This will not be at all the actual final, you know, benchmarks whatsoever. So please keep that in mind. Let's go ahead and get Afterburner installed. These are just preliminary initial tests. If you drop in the 16 gigs with this, you'd have a dual channel up to 16 gigs and single channel for the additional 8. Will there be a negative performance impact if you do that? Christian, I'm not sure. I need to do more testing on that. Jared might be able to answer that question, though. I'm not sure. Probably depends a lot on which games you're playing and if they're using more than 16 gigs. Very few games use more than 16 gigs. So I would imagine you'd be good to go for some things, and then you just have extra flexibility with the additional RAM. Do you like the fingerprint sensor for the login? Do you prefer Windows Hello? I do prefer having a webcam over the fingerprint sensor, I think, just because it's a little bit more flexible. But it just depends. Okay, looks like we got NVIDIA driver up to date. We just got to get our Afterburner done. Let's see here. What else do we got here on the keyboard? Let me give you guys a close-up of the touchpad being used as well. So here's the touchpad and kind of the general feel. You can see it's very large, which is nice. And it's very smooth. And you can see, let me go ahead and just try to click out of here so I can click around. Has a nice clicky sound to it too. So I'm definitely really liking this touchpad. Fits the price point, you know, like you definitely want, that's one of the keys. You want a touchpad that fits the value of the machine that you're buying. What is Afterburner application for? I use it to monitor the stats in an overlay on the display, so that way we can see what the TDP and frequency and the clock speeds and all of that are live. Looks like we can restart and get the firmware up to date. So I've got 18 minutes before I need to end the stream, guys, just so you know. What do you think about the gaming laptops with 8 gigs of RAM coming straight out of the box? Catalin, I think that Windows 10 can function on 8 gigs, but it's going to be stuttery sometimes depending on what you're doing if you're using a lot of RAM, like with lots of internet browser tabs open. And I think if that is 8 gigs single channel, adding a second 8 gigs is really cheap and easy to do on most chassis. So it allows the price point of the laptop to be lower, which is good for people on a budget. It does impair performance somewhat, though. And I kind of wish they would just include 16 gigs out of the box, or maybe 12 gigs with like 6 and 6 or something, because 12 gigs is very functional. It's just not very many people do that. Wait, let me make sure this is done. Did we get everything fully installed? I thought we didn't get the Riva statistics sooner yet. Let's go ahead and restart, and I can try reinstalling that if I need to. Looks like we lost some of the viewers for some reason. I don't know why. How is the panel? The panel looks pretty good, just on initial impression. I've seen some reviewers saying that they're disappointed about the brightness of the display. I can't verify that yet. I need to test it with my Spider 5 Elite. Is flashing the VBIOS for a higher TDP a good idea? Hello, Fasame. So that's a really interesting question, and I'm actually going to probably do a whole live stream on that with the Scar 15. It's certainly a risk, like a huge risk. It's like true overclocking of the GPU where you're going above and beyond what the GPU is rated for by the manufacturer. Let's go ahead and see if this works. Fingerprint sensor. Hey, it worked. We logged in. It took about 3 seconds to respond to my finger, though. Does the Armory Crate key work? Does it launch the software? It should. Let's find out. Does it have a mux switch? Fernando, this does not have a mux switch. So if you're looking to play esports titles, you'll probably want to go for something more like I think the GS65, the GS66 Stealth with the 3060 is the cheapest one that I've seen with a mux switch so far. But I'm sure there's going to be other options as well. I think that I saw a review of the Aorus 15G. And the review said it had a mux switch, but I want to verify that information before I change my sheet to show it, because it didn't seem like he knew precisely. But yeah, so that might be another option that's around that price point that might have a mux switch as well. Okay. Do we have Afterburner fully installed? I think they did not install Riva Statistics Tuner for some reason. The GE66 has a mux switch, yes, but that's more expensive than the GS66. So, but yeah, the GE66 is a nice combo because you get a mux switch, and with the GE66, you also get a higher TDP 3070. I think I tried restarting while this was still trying to install Riva Statistics Tuner, so hopefully this doesn't mess with anything. Is the performance difference between the 3070 and 3080 worth the money? Peter, right now it only looks like the 3080 is worth buying if you're getting a really high TDP version, like at least 130 watts or higher, in my opinion. Because otherwise it just seems like the 3080 is very starved for power and you're only getting a minimal performance boost. Yes, let's go and install. All right, let's go ahead and get 3D Mark going. Is the chassis made out of plastic? I don't think it's plastic, but it's like this magnesium carbonate type of thing. I don't know what the technical term is for it, but it is does feel very premium and nice, and like it's very similar to the Zephyrus G15 from last year. The GPU difference will also matter more at a higher resolution, like 1440p and 4K. Yeah, so if you're getting a quad HD display, then yeah, the 3080 might be more worth it at a lower wattage. So it's just going to vary a lot. Let's open Armory Crate up. I kind of wish we could get the firmware up to date before we run this. But I'm pretty sure we actually did get the firmware updated to date. That is not Armory Crate. There's Armory Crate. Okay. All right, so if we go to manual mode, slap the fans all the way to the top, increase the power limit, boom, boom. Default GPU OC, set it to extreme mode, and we just slap the fans up again. And you guys ready to hear the max fans? Here we go. Ooh, ooh. Oh, we're getting blackout. What happened? I think it'll probably, oh, maybe it was installing drivers in the background? Ooh, yeah, it might be. I think we're installing drivers in the background, so we gotta wait at least a couple minutes to run Time Spy while those install. Does it have Advanced Optimus? No, but it does have, I believe, the GPU switching on the fly with the integrated GPU. So going through the AMD integrated CPU, the integrated GPU on the AMD processor, and that's how it's going to have FreeSync on the display, which will be really great with the QHD resolution, because that way you don't have any screen tearing and stuttering going on in lower frame rate games that are like the AAA titles like Cyberpunk and stuff like that. As long as you're not going below 48 FPS, it'll look really, really good. This or the MSI Stealth. I think that's going to mainly come down to whether or not you need a mux switch, Christian. I just released my review of the GS66 Stealth. You can check my channel videos for that, and I think it's pretty helpful to look at that, and you can see that the performance difference a mux switch makes with the esports games is just, it's massive. It's a massive performance gain. So even though the GS66 has lower TDPs than the Strix Scar lineup, it can still outperform it in the esports title. So if all you play is Fortnite, CSGO, Call of Duty Warzone, you're going to want to get a laptop with a mux switch if you want the most possible performance. Okay, so you can hear the fans going. Not bad, not bad. I don't mind the pitch of them really. Nice whoosh to them. Less annoying, I think, than the GS66 for the fan noise. So very nice, very, very nice. Okay, let's see what we've got going on here. Pending restall, pending install. Okay, so we're ready to restart. Looks like. The Max 15 seems to be a better deal than this. Cinderquill, maybe, but this is definitely going to be, I think, well, I have not got the electronics in hand yet, but I think this is going to be at least a little more premium build quality. At least a more premium fit and finish. That said, from what I've heard, the Max 15 is decent build quality, so 80 watt with a 20 watt boost. Yeah, I believe that's the TDP of the GPU. What's the best 17 right now coming within few months? Any idea when the XPS 17 is coming? Be curious. It's just impossible to know everything that's going to come out coming soon, you know. So this is definitely one of the better 15-inch versions. The best 17-inch version, it all depends on what you want to play, right? And how loud you want the laptop to be, and how much you're willing to spend. The size, the thickness. Like if you're okay with a thicker, bigger chassis, I mean, I'm leaning towards recommending probably the Scar 17 is one of the top 17-inch. Alienware M17 is another really high-performance one. Probably the best premium chassis would be the Razer Blade Pro 17. But you're going to get a little bit less performance in that, but with an awesome screen and build quality that's just better than everything else still. How portable is this? It's very portable for a 15-inch chassis. Owner Disown has a video on turning Optimus on and off. Yeah, you can deactivate and activate Optimus on it. So, but you can't, you still will never bypass, as far as I can tell, you can never bypass the integrated GPU. If you can, that would be great. But let me see what he's got on his channel. Owner Disown. I don't see the video you're talking about, but I'll have to check it out later. Which gaming laptop should I get to play Overwatch? Overwatch 2 on Epic with best cooling. you're going to want to get one with a mux for Overwatch, I believe. Can you please see if if switching to 1080p makes the text blurry? Hello, Fosteam. So I would say you're probably going to have a little bit blurrier experience at 1080p if you're running it natively. That said, when you're playing video games, I did try playing on my Scar 15 Call of Duty Warzone, and it was very impressive how well it looked when I was running at 1080p on the Scar 15. Like, it looked native to me. So, but like when you're just reading text, non-native resolutions is a lot easier to pick up on. I need a portable gaming laptop I can use for school and taking in between house classes. I can't decide between this and getting the 2060 G14. So Connor, I think the bigger deal with that is that you probably are going to want a webcam if you're going to use this for classes. So you might want to skip this laptop to get one with a webcam. That said, you can also get an external webcam that you can take with you everywhere you go, like this guy right here. So external webcam, plugs in with a USB, easy peasy. You can probably even get one a little more portable than that. Can you show the thickness difference between the Scar 15 and the Zephyrus? Yeah, I can try to show that. It's just, well, this is reinstalling stuff. I can't really show that, but I can give you an idea here without closing the lid all the way because this is still installing. But you can see, like, just look at the look at the difference there. It's pretty substantial. That, of course, one has the lid, the other one does not. But you can even see that the bottom chassis is significantly thinner on the Zephyrus, right? I mean, that said, the Scar 15 is still very portable, I think, but if you're someone who really wants to shed every pound, the Zephyrus lineup is definitely going to be lighter, thinner. All right, let's go ahead and give the login a try. Boom. Oh, that was very fast that time. That went almost instantly. Can this laptop be used in an office without looking strange? Oh, yeah, this is a clean design. You could easily use this in a laptop. You just set the RGB to be white instead of shifting colors, and you'll be good to go, I think. All right, so we're going to go ahead and log into get Time Spy running. I've got a few more minutes on the stream, and then I've got to end the stream. Carla's got an important phone call, so I need to not make noise when she's on the call. It's with a news organization, so shh. Okay, but that's in 5 minutes, so we got 5 minutes to run this Time Spy, and I think we're ready to do it. We should be in manual mode still for Armory Crate. Is there backlight bleed? Very minimal if there is much hand see. Will Asus add Advanced Optimus to their newly released laptops anytime soon? Some people are calling this Advanced Optimus, but Advanced Optimus allows for a direct connection from the GPU to the internal display, and this does not do that. So I would not call this Advanced Optimus. Performance or portability? That's kind of the question if you want to go with like the Strix G15, the Zephyrus G15, or the Scar 15. The Scar 15 is like the most premium of the three, and I gotta say the lighting on the Scar 15 is amazing. Okay, I just really want to see the TDP. On the screen display. GPU 2 power, that's the one I really want to see. Frame rate average, 1% low. Boom, 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 boom. And then 90, boom, boom, and here we gotta set this to 540, boom, and gotta make this be bigger so you guys can see it on stream. Like that, and away we go. Whew, exciting. Let's see what this thing can do in such a thin and light chassis. It's a loud boy. It's only loud because I have it on max fans. I don't think you'll need max fans under normal circumstances, so. Would you consider making a video on setting up a brand new laptop, what updates to do, important things to get right? Thank you for the content. Keep it up. Yeah, Raptors fan, that's something I would consider doing, but I kind of do that every time I benchmark the laptops anyway, but I suppose technically not. Is the laptop noise and running time spy noticeable? So Kato Live, whenever I run stuff, I always run it on maximum fans and with the highest power profiles to see maximum performance. But most people aren't going to run their laptops like that 24/7. You know, they can choose to run it in like turbo mode or performance mode where the fans are going to be much quieter. So just keep that in mind. I tend to run max fans even when I'm gaming, though, because I just wear headphones. So because I want the maximum performance. That's just kind of what I do. Why are we doing the demo? We don't want the demo. Cash Koi found 17-inch laptop from Main Gear for 1600, 2070 Super Full HD. That would depend, Cash Cow, on everything else that you've got going on with that laptop too. How big's the SSD? Stuff like that. MSI GP66 Leopard for this? Or this? The GP66 has a mux switch, so that would be the main thing. Do you need a mux switch or not? Hey there. Okay, guys, so we're going to let this benchmark run, and then I've got to bounce end the stream for now. But this will be the end of the live stream. Thanks so much for coming in and hanging out. Wow, you can see we're pumping 100 watts into the GPU right now. That's awesome. I wonder if it'll be able to sustain that in things like Time Spy. That's like amazing. Fantastic. Yeah, so we're going to be ending the live stream when I'm done with this benchmark because I just need to be quiet. And I mean, they pretty much got a good overview of the laptop anyway. So I'll have a full live benchmarking session on this machine coming up in a few days, probably. So if you don't want to miss out on that, be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell. I've got full benchmarking on the Scar 15 and reviews coming up for a bunch of different laptops. So if you don't want to miss out on those, be sure to hit that subscribe button. And it would help so much if you guys slam that like button as well if you enjoyed this live stream. Help spread the word. So either way, that's a really good start. Pushing 100 watts right now in this test. So really great. Okay, I gotta be quieter now. Okay. Have you contacted Asus about their new laptops not having advanced Optimus? What did they respond? They confirmed that it does not have advanced Optimus, that it's they do not have a mux switch in it, because yeah. What am I expecting in FPS? I'm expecting very, very good FPS in this overall, but the performance will be a little bit lower than the Strix G17. Is there any screen wobbling? There's some wobble. I mean, it's very, very stable hinge though. But yeah, overall, I really like the build quality on this machine. Gotta be quiet. Yeah, Carla's live with the news right now, so I gotta be quiet. Don't end the stream. Yeah, we're hitting 100 watts under 60 degrees on the GPU. That's insane. That's so good. The difference between the 5900 HS and the HX, the HS has a lower TDP, but we're pushing. In this chassis, you can get very good TDP for an HS processor. ASMR stream. $2 Geo, thanks for the $2. The CPU temperature, I didn't have time to add it to the overlay. It's not sure what the CPU temperature is. This is not a Max P. This would be a Max Q GPU, but it's on the upper end. For sure. As far as Max Q GPUs go. What did we get? 9,433. Oh, that's nice. That's even better than the GS66. And this thing's $600 less. That's pretty nice. So there you guys go. Hooray! Let's run Cinebench real quick. I gotta be quiet though. I just gotta be quiet. It's a QHD resolution, Sam. Is this the fan noise I'm hearing? Yes, I have max fans on right now. What is the GPU TDP? We were just pushing 100 watts in time SPY. How many monitor outputs does this G15 handle? A lot. Because we have an HDMI and 2 USB-Cs with DisplayPort, so you can do a lot of them. Ricky J139, I think the reason they didn't add Advanced Optimus is because they wanted to save money and be able to price these laptops as competitively as possible. Don't end, wish. The problem is if I get too loud. $2 Geo, thanks for the $5. Saying hello to Jared. Oh my god. 5,072? Oh, that's delicious. I want to get amped right now, and I can't yell. Bam! Look at that. That is heckin' impressive. For something this thin and light, that's insane. Now that's only one test that's not throttled, so keep that in mind. Throttled's going to definitely go down, I think, for performance over time, but I mean, that's very, very close to what the Strix G17 pushed with 5900 HX. Man. Do you think they can improve Optimus in future updates? No, they will not be able to, I don't think. Not to make it equal. Man, that is heckin' impressive. Okay, alright guys. That's it for the live stream. I gotta end it there. Full benchmarking coming up soon for this laptop. Don't miss out. Thanks everyone so much for all the super chats and all the support. Look forward to doing more live streams and bringing you guys more reviews. Again, the GS66 review is live on the channel. Let me go ahead and link to that so you guys have something else to watch while you wait. I think this review is worth watching. So yeah, so there's the GS66 review. Guys, I mean, this is an awesome live stream. Appreciate you guys. Have a good one. Have a good night, everyone.